Okay, we can start with you guys. You're new head coach.
The New York Giants
Head coach.
with the complete random hiring of Joe Judge.
I knew he was going to hate it.
From the New England Patriots. Look, for all these coaches that we're looking at, I have the pros and I have the cons, and then based on that, I have my grade. And you guys are going to have your grade also. On the hire, we're going to start with Joe Judge. All right, let's start with the pros, the good things about Joe Judge, and there are some good things.
Yeah, he coached under Belichick.
He coached under Belichick and under
Saban.
Nick Saban.
Yep.
GOAT.
So, what better tutoring could you ask for than the greatest college coach arguably ever and the greatest
NFL
coach ever? So he's worked under both those guys. I believe that Bill Belichick actually was a full endorser.
He was.
Did you?
Him and Nick Saban. Nick Saban had a lot of good things to say because when Joe Judge first got hired by the Giants, they asked Saban about him, and Saban had some good things to say. I don't remember exactly what the quote was, but he had high praise for him. Him and Belichick both have high praise for Joe Judge.
That's very good.
They both liked him, so.
Good to know that like some random special teams coach has Bill Belichick's. No, but seriously,
I mean, honestly, who knows with this guy, man? Who knows? He could be
a shot in the dark. It might hit.
He could.
Extremely random.
And you got to look at the like people are gonna not be too happy about him being a special teams coach. People want usually people want an offensive guy who has experience as an offensive coordinator, who's had success as one. And I think that hiring a special teams coach isn't that bad. You look at Bill Belichick himself originated from special teams. He mastered all phases. You got John Harbaugh.
I forgot about that, actually.
Who was a special teams coach. He has also kind of mastered all three phases of the game, offense, defense, and special teams, in some capacity at least. So between that, him being tutored by Belichick and Saban, his interview process, he kind of wowed them in the interview process. And I think he's a leader of men. Honestly, the way he speaks in his interviews, he's confident. I don't think he's ever going to lose the locker room. And those special team guys, like I said, they can be multidimensional in terms of learning offense, defense, and special teams. Now we can get to the cons. What are your cons here?
He's a special teams coach.
Unknown name special teams coach.
The one thing with him was I couldn't really find much on him. I mean, he was a special teams coach literally his whole career. Like, that's all he's done is
for
coaching.
8 years.
Yeah.
For the Patriots.
And in college, too. He was a special teams coach in Alabama. So, I mean,
I don't know what to say about it.
It's a shot in the dark. That's what, I mean, you don't have that certainty. Like, oh, man, it could work, but it also could flop pretty bad. So, I don't know.
I mean, some of my cons here are that he's got no experience as a coordinator. Like you said, he's been a special teams coach his entire career. He was a wide receiver coach also for the Pats while being the special teams coach.
I forgot about that.
And what do we know about the Pats receivers?
Garbage.
They were terrible this year. They were awful. Outside of Julian Edelman, Tom Brady had no trust with any of his guys. They couldn't even run the right routes some of the time. Philip Dorsett, he couldn't trust him. N'Keal Harry, what a disappointment so far.
Yeah.
Another negative is the Bill Belichick coaching tree.
Oh, yeah.
Has not been strong at all.
No.
The only mildly successful head coach.
Vrabel? Well, he wasn't even a coach.
Yeah.
He was a player.
Yeah, he was a player, yeah. I'd say, the ones that coached under Belichick, the only really successful one has been Bill O'Brien, who's made the playoffs for the last 6 years. And yeah, it's a tough one. And then you throw in on top of that you had Bieniemy available, and also McDaniels. So
Greg Roman
as well, yeah.
Also, way better options.
There was a bunch of people.
Many better options.
I mean, even Saleh, dude. You could have done something with him. I mean, no one even. I'm surprised he didn't get even a nod. But
yeah, that was weird. What was your grade for him?
So I gave the Giants a D for this hire.
That's exactly what I gave him.
You gave him a D?
I gave him a D minus.
Damn.
The only reason
that's
I didn't
too harsh.
Damn, that minus.
Oh man. The only reason I didn't give him an F was because of the fact that he's been with Nick Saban and Bill Belichick his entire career. That's the only reason. Like, he might have some football knowledge with them.
Right.
He understands the system. He knows how to win. But that's all I can say. I really don't know much about him. I just find it also hilarious that Jason Garrett and Freddie Kitchens are on the coaching staff with him.
It's pretty funny.
Dude.
We'll see how it goes.
Oh
Should be
man,
interesting. I mean,
literally it's two.
As
worst
long as he's
coaches,
not,
man.
as long as they're not the head, those guys aren't the head. I'd rather have Joe Judge as the head coach because we know what Freddie Kitchens and Jason Garrett can
Yeah.
offer. As
Freddie
head coach.
Kitchens was an F hire.
okay.
I mean, as a coordinator, it's really not.
and
that
he's
bad.
not. He's not even really a coordinator. He's just on the staff.
Is he?
Yeah, they didn't even really confirm anything.
what does he do?
who
I don't
knows?
even know.
That was the most surprising hire I think I've ever witnessed.
Yeah, I would have to say the same. That was so random. At first, I was like, "Who?" I had no idea.
I don't. Everyone said who. Everyone was
Yeah.
like, "Who's Joe Judge?"
I want the Giants to draft Jerry Jeudy, so it can be like Judge, Jerry,
and
and
the jury.
executioner.
Oh, executioner. Who's your executioner?
Freddie Kitchen.